Okay, Rosyth School Prelim Exam 2022, Primary 6, Paper 2. Okay, let's go on to the first question. Yeah, I'll go through the question with you. Pay attention. Let me see anybody in chat. If you have any. Okay, let's start now. So now wait for the rest. So the first question. Move this aside. Okay, first answer, first angle we're going to find is angle PSR, this angle. Because the question says this is hold on, let me remove my name, my name annotator. Okay, so what the question says that this is a parallelogram. PQR is a parallelogram, which means this line is parallel to this line. So can you see there's a little z here? Which means this has to be also equal to 79. Okay. Next, we'll find this angle. This angle is angle in a triangle. This triangle, angle is this triangle. Okay. To find this angle, and we use on the concept of angle on a straight line, 180 degrees. 180 minus 79, you will get 101 degree. So this is 101 degree. So now we're back to the angle inside a triangle, which add up to 180 degrees. Okay. So this plus this angle is 180 degrees. To find this angle, which is the question mark, you go 180 minus 40 degrees minus 101 degree. And answer is 39 degrees. All right. Now let's look at question number 2. I'm going to clear this. Okay. Question number 2. 3 children shared 34 marbles. Kate has P marbles. Nigel has 11 more marbles than Kate. Riza has 6 marbles less than Nigel. Find the value of P. This is a very typical algebra question. It's very simple. You just go statement one at a time. Okay, one statement at a time. So first, let's do Kate has P marbles. Kate, P. Nigel has 11 more than Kate. So Nigel will have 11 more than Kate. So this Kate plus 11, that will be Nigel. Riza has 6 marbles less than Nigel. So this is Nigel. Riza has 6 less, so minus 6. I'll get P plus 5. 11 minus 6 is 5. Okay. So the question says that all the 3 children has 34 marbles altogether, meaning Kate plus Nigel plus Riza should be equal to 34. Okay. I'm going to bring all the P together. 1, 2, 3. So this 3P plus 11 plus 5. That will be equal to 34. So 3P is plus 11 plus 5 is 16, 34. So 3P will be equal to 34 minus 16. 34 minus 16 is 18. Question asks for the value of P. So if 3P is equal to 18, therefore P will be equal to 18 divided by 3. Answer is 6. Okay. Any question? Otherwise, you go on to the next one. Question number 3. A rectangle is first divided into 2 equal parts. Let me use another pen, color pen. Let me use this. Okay, a rectangle is first divided into 2 equal parts. The left half is divided into 5 equal parts, while the right half is divided into two equal parts. Okay, left half, this is the left half. Each of, since it's 5 equal parts, means each of them is 1/5 of the half. Okay, so one of these is 1/5 of half. 1/5 of half is 1/5 multiplied by half. And you will get your question is the total area of shaded part is 176. Find the area. Okay, the area of the shaded region. Okay, sorry. We should find the total shaded region because say the total shaded parts is 176. I shall change to this is 3/5 because there are 3 shaded parts on the left. 1, 2, 3. 3/5 of the left side is shaded. So it's 3/5 multiplied by half of the entire rectangle. You will get 3/10. Now we look at the right side. The right side is divided in 2 parts. So half of the second part, half of the other half, this is the other half, is shaded. So it's 1/4. So total shaded is on the left side, the shaded part is 3/10 of the entire rectangle. The right side, the shaded part is 1/4 of the entire rectangle. Let's add them up together. Make the denominator the same. 3/10 and okay, make it to 6/20 plus 5/20. You get 11/20. Now the question states that the shaded portion is 176. So therefore, 11/20 arrow, remember it's arrow, huh? It's not equal, it's 176. So 1/20 of the entire figure will be 176 divided by 11. 16. The entire figure will be 20/20. So it's 16 times 20. Answer is 320. So this answer. Any question? Okay. Okay, let's continue. No question. Okay, Mr. Tan started cycling from home to work at 450 meter per minute for 30 minutes. So 450 meter per minute is the speed of Mr. Tan cycling. His wife, Mrs. Tan, started cycling from home 5 minutes before Mr. Tan and reached the same workplace 5 minutes after Mr. Tan. They traveled the same distance. Find Mrs. Tan's cycling speed. So remember, the formula for speed is distance over time, right? So we need to find the distance traveled by Mrs. Tan and the time taken by Mrs. Tan. So it's distance over time. That's the speed. Let's find the distance first. The distance traveled by Mrs. Tan is the same as the distance traveled by Mr. Tan. They travel the same distance. All right. We know we can find the distance by focusing on Mr. Tan because we know Mr. Tan's speed. We also know Mr. Tan's time. Distance is equal to speed times time. Okay, remember this formula. You have to memorize all the formula for speed. Nobody's going to help you. So speed of Mr. Tan is 450 meter per minute multiplied by the time taken is 30 minutes. So altogether, it is the answer is 13500. So this is the distance traveled by Mr. Tan, which is also the distance Mrs. Tan traveled. Okay, now we know the distance. We need to know the time. The time taken by Mrs. Tan will be time taken by Mrs. Tan be we know that she traveled 5 minutes before Mr. Tan, and he traveled and traveled and reached the office 5 minutes later than Mr. Tan. So if Mr. Tan traveled 30 minutes, she will reach 30 minutes, 5 minutes later, there'll be another 5 more minutes. So in total, Mrs. Tan took 40 minutes to travel from home to office. Right? Is that office? Yeah, to work. So Mrs. Tan's speed will be distance, which is this. 1,500 over time, 40. And you get 337.5. Answer is 337.5. Okay. Any question? No, we go down to the next one. Question 5. Question 5 is, this is like, question 5 is like a primary 4 question. You know. We do this in primary 4. Students in the hall were lining up in a row. Each row had the same number of students. Jeremy is in one of the rows. There were 7 students on his right and 7 students on his left. So this is Jeremy, okay? 7 students on his left or on his right, and 7 students on his left. So this is one row. So in that row, there is 7 plus 1 plus 7. There's in one row, there will be 7 plus Jeremy plus 7 on his right. Altogether, in one row, there are 15 people. Okay. Now, the question says that there were 21 rows of students in front of him. So there are 21 rows of students in front of him, and there are 21 rows of students behind him. So altogether, how many rows are there? Number of rows. Jeremy himself is in one row. There are 21 rows in front of him, and there are 21 rows behind him. Altogether, including himself, in the row, including the row he's in, there's altogether 43 rows. And in each row, there are 15 people, and there are 43 rows. So altogether, 43 times 15. You find the number of students in the hall. 6, 4, 5. That's the answer. Okay. All right. Let's continue. Next question. Let's see. A class of 25, let's question number 6. Let's move on to question number 6. A class of 25 students were each offered a box of donuts to sell during a fun fair. 3 of the students could not sell any of the donuts, so they passed their boxes of donuts to the rest of the classmates to sell. As a result, each of the remaining students had to sell 6 more donuts. How many donuts were there in each box at first? So the remaining number of students who are selling, the remaining number of students who are going they are selling will be 25 minus these 3 students that could not sell anything. So only 22 students are selling. There are 3 students not selling, okay? Only these 22 students selling. And these 22 students are also selling the boxes of donuts that belongs to the 3 students. Right? So each of these remaining 22 students have to sell additional how many donuts each? They have to sell additional 6 donuts each, right? Each of them have to sell 6 donuts each. So these 22 students have to sell a total of 132 donuts. And these 132 donuts came from the 3 students. Okay, got it? These 132 donuts came from the 3 students. Now, one of the students will be having 44 donuts. So 132 donuts came from the 3 students. So each of the 3 students are actually supposed to sell 44 donuts. And that is 1 box. Because the question says that each offered a box. So if each student is supposed to sell 44 donuts, and they are supposed to sell 1 box, it means that 1 box contains 44 donuts. So the answer is, how many donuts were there in each box? 44. Any question? This question 6, this kind of questions we have done it a few times in our select paper. So it's not common in primary 6, but very common in primary 5. So yeah, if you revise your work, you will know how to do this. It appears a few times in our select paper. Let's do question number 7. Container A, B, and C had a total of 9894 tokens. 1/5 of tokens in A were transferred to B. 3/8 of the tokens in A were transferred to C. After that, the 3 containers had an equal number of tokens. How many tokens were there in container A, in each container at the end? So it goes like that. So there's a container A, and there's a container B, and there's a container C. Okay, so A transfer 1/5 to B, and then transfer 3/8 to C, and in the end they are all equal. Okay, they're all equal. Basically, this is what it means. All right. So, question part A: how many tokens were there in each container in the end? Okay, if they are going to be equal, then they are going to spread this equally. 9894 into equal parts. 989 into 3 parts divided by 3. So each box in the end will contain 3 to 9. This is pretty easy. Question part A. Let's do part B. What was the number of tokens in container B at first? So that what it means is that what is inside B before A transfer any tokens to it, right? B at first. What was B before it received tokens from A? Okay, so let's look at this. 1/5 and 3/8, right? So this is 1/5 of A, 3/8 of A. So let's make them of the same denominator. 1/5. 1/5 is an 3/8, right? Let's make them same denominator. Make it to 40 times 8. Okay. Times 5. So what is left in A will be 40 over 40. 40 over 40 minus away 8 over 40 transferred to B, and 15 over 40 transferred to C. So what is left will be 17 over 40. So 17 over 40 of A's tokens is left after it transfer this amount to A, B, and this amount to C, all right? So 17 over 40 of A is left, and that is equal to this 3298. Okay, 3298 is what each container have in the end, right? So 17 over 40 of A is what A is left in the end. So that has to be equal to 3298. 1 over 40 of A in the, will be 3298 divided by 17. I get 194. So the question why I do this is because I want to know what is B at first. Now I need to know what has been transferred to B, which is this. 8 over 40 was transferred to B. So 8 times 194. 1552. So 1552 has been transferred and added into B. So B in the end is 3298. And inside B 3298, it contains the 1552 received from A. So I need to remove 1552. And 1746 would be what B was at first. So this answer. Any question? Let me see. No question. Okay, let's continue. Question 8 is pretty simple. Okay. Ryan and Equal had 352 stickers altogether. After Ryan lost 25%, so the practice will be always convert your percentage into fraction. Okay, 25% is 1/4. The ratio of Ryan's stickers to Equal stickers was 9:4. After Ryan lost 25%, okay, then after he lost, the ratio become 9:4. How many stickers did Equal have? Meaning first at the end doesn't matter because Equal didn't lose anything, right? Or didn't receive anything more. Okay, let's do the recording. First statement, one statement at a time. Ryan and Equal had a total of 352. So 3, let me got that. Sorry. So Ryan plus Equal 352. Okay. Now, second statement, Ryan lost 25%. So Ryan minus 25%. Okay, I'm not going to write 25%. I'm going to use minus 1/4. Okay. Because I found it here. Okay. Ryan minus 1/4. Minus 1/4, the way you record will be 4, take away 1, left 3. And in the end, that's the ratio, 9:4. Ryan is to Equal is 9:4. Now let's look for common base. The common base will be Ryan in the end, which is the value of 3 and 9 has to be the same. Okay, this number and this number has to be the same. That's the Ryan in the end. So make it 9 times 3 times 3 times 3. So the common base is done. Step 1, record data.
Wait, answer for 7B is 1786, right?
Sorry?
Answer for 7B is 1796, right?
1746.
1746. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Unless there's calculation error, but it should be 1746. Okay, then back to this question. So 352 is so we record data, look for common base. Step 3, look for value in the question. The only value in the question is this 352. Okay, so 352 is Ryan and Echo at first. Right. So Ryan at first is 12 units, Echo at first is 4 units. So 12U plus 4U, this is their total effort, 16U. So 16U will be equal to 352. 1U is equal to 352 divided by 16. Answer is 22 for 1 unit. How many stickers did Echo have? Which is 4 units, huh? So 4 times 22, and that's the answer. Okay. Okay, question number 9. Question number 9, we actually have one whole lesson of these. No, it's in, if you got this question wrong, you got to revise your week 26. We have one whole lesson to do this. One whole lesson, much more difficult than this. All right. So I'm going to show you how to do this kind of question, right? So in volume question, it is very common to see two containers, and then there's water in one container or in both containers, or sometimes even the water is not in the container but in another container, right? And what happens is that water is then poured into the two containers. It can pour into each other or from somewhere pour into the two containers. Then the question will say that, okay, I want you to pour until the height is the same. Or sometimes they may say, I want to pour until the water level in A is twice that of water level of that of B. So that's the how the question are being set, right? Then with that, they ask you the question, what was the height of the water level in the end? So you can see the style in which such a question are being set, right? So go to look at week 26. Okay, the approach to solve this kind of question is very simple. Number one thing you must know is what is the total volume of water you're dealing with. Remember, the first thing you must know or calculate is how much is the total volume of water you are dealing with. That means the water in the whole question, right? The volume of water in the whole question. The water can be in A, can be in B, can be A plus B, can be outside. You just have to calculate how much water in total you're dealing with. So that is the first step. So when you look at this question, the volume water is the base area is 40 the base area A is 50 cm square centimeter. A contains some water of the height and the height of the water level in container is 43.2. So in the whole question, the water is only in container A. So the total amount of water you're dealing with is 50 multiplied, which is the base area A, multiplied by the water level in A, and that is 2160. So step 1 done. You calculate the total amount of water you're dealing with. Next, you draw a quantity value table. Okay. The quantity quantity value table will reflect how the water level is going to be in the end. All right. So there's container A, container B. Normally it's quantity value, total value, right? But in the volume question, you don't put quantity, you put base area. Volume is replaced by height or water level. Height or water level. And then total value is volume. Okay. Okay. So the base area of A is given 50 over here. Base area of A is 50, base area of B is 40. Okay. Water level will be the water level they want you to achieve in the end. The question says that the water level has to be the same. So we can put 1, 1. You want to put 2, 2 is fine. You put 3, 3 is fine. You will still get an answer, but your working will be more complicated. So for simplicity, just put 1, 1. Okay, then next you multiply. 50 times 1, 50. 40 times 1, 40. Okay, so if you remember, this is a quantity value table, and that table represents one group. I think we did this like a zillion times already. Should not be strange to you. So one table represents one group. In the volume scenario, it represents one pour. P-O-U-R. Okay, the same meaning, one pour. I just try to make you visualize. So imagine this amount of water is poured into A and B such that they will be of equal water level of height. Okay, and you're going to pour it into A and B. Every time you pour, you're going to pour 50 into A and 40 ml into B. And by pouring this way, the water level will always go up in A and B 1 centimeter at a time. And that's why the water level will always be equal. But the thing is that it has to be 50 into A, 40 into B every time, right? So every time you'll be pouring how much? 50 plus 40, 60, 90, okay? So you call it one group. Or conceptually, you can say it's one pour. So every time you pour 90 cubic centimeter. 50 of the 90, 50 goes into A, 40 goes into B. And you have to empty out the entire 2160 into A and B. How many times do you need to pour? 2160 divided by 90. You need to pour 24 times or 24 groups. Right? 24 times. Every time the water level goes up by 1 centimeter. So 24 times 1, the height is 24 centimeter. So that's the answer. Got it? Go and revise week 26 if you got this question wrong. Please revise. Volume question, if it ever comes out difficult one, it's going to be this. They're going to set up like that one. Question number 9. 10. Okay, this is folding. This question is good because you know why? They tell you they draw the dotted line for you. A lot of time, the dotted line is not drawn. A lot of time the dotted line is not drawn, and you have drawn yourself. Okay, so what this question tells you is that in a folding question, you must always unfold. But for this question, they already unfolded for you. You must always unfold. And the reason why you unfold it is because this and this are identical. All right? It's the same piece of paper. You just fold it, unfold it. It's the same piece of paper. So it's identical. And why? And it's important to know this, although it may be obvious to you, it's important to know this and apply it. If it's identical, means the corners are the same. And which are the same? The angles on the folded line is the same. This is the folded line. This is the folded line. Angle on it is the same. So this angle is equal to this angle. This angle is equal to this angle. The opposite angle is equal to opposite angle. Okay? That's what it means. So start off by identifying the angles on the folded line. I repeat again. First, you must unfold. This question is unfolded for you. Second, you must identify the angles on the folded line. Once you identify it, then all the angles on the folded lines are equal. So this is equal to this. This is equal to this. All right? Then the opposite angles are equal. So this is equal to this. This is equal to this. That will be the third step. Okay? Once you do that, okay, let's do it. So this will be 67. All right? This one I do not know. I just draw a mark here to make it the same. This is 90. Corner of a square paper is 90. So the opposite angle will be the same, 90. Okay. Now question is find angle XCY, which is this angle, right? So that is angle in a triangle, 180 minus 90 minus 67. That is 23 degrees. Next, find angle CYD. CYD. So find this angle. Now, remember, this is this line, right? Which is the side of a square, right? This is also the side of a square. So these two lines are equal. So this is equal to this. Common mistake people make is they make this equal also. Cannot. How do you know? You do not know. Okay. So these two are equal, meaning this must be an isosceles triangle, right? Okay, so this angle will be equal to this angle. Now we found out that this is 23, right? And this will be 23 also, because angle on the folded lines are equal. Now, can we find this angle? This angle will be 90 degrees minus 23 minus 23. And that will give me 44 degrees. So this 44. The question asks for CYD, which is this angle, this angle. So it's a bottom angle of an isosceles triangle. So it will be 180 minus 44. And answer divided by 2, because the bottom angle of isosceles triangle are equal. So answer is 68 degrees. Any question? Okay, so let's continue. Question number 11. Okay. So Imran pasted 3 rectangular strips the same size, take note, so equal, that's identical, to form a big rectangle as shown in the figure below. Imran then divide the big rectangle into 6 parts. Okay, let me write for you. I'm not sure your paper can see or not, but mine can see. This is N, okay? This is Q. This is S. This is R. This is P. And this is M, okay? For the M. Okay? Now, the question says that, this, read carefully, ratio of M to N to P is 578. M to N to P is 578. Then you have Q to R to S is 215. Q to R to S is 215. Okay. Standard process, whenever you have 2 ratios, you need to look for common base. Right? The common base will be, because they are identical strips, these are identical strips. It means R plus S must be equal to P plus Q must be equal to M plus N. Okay? Now, let's look at this ratio, the first ratio. We have M plus N. And you get 12. Second ratio, we have R plus S. And 1 plus 5 is 6. Okay, so we need to, R plus S must be the same as M plus N. So let's make it the same, times 2. Where is it? 10, 2, 4. Okay, now the question is, find the ratio of N to S. N to S. So it's 7 is to 10. N to S. Let's look at the next question. Find the area of the big rectangle, which is, we're talking about figure 1, I guess, big rectangle. This, find the figure, okay? So, we know, let's look for a value in the question. The value in the question is 291, okay? The value in the question refers to the difference between N and Q. So let's look at N is 7, Q is 4. So difference is 3 units, and 3 units will be equal to 294. This, okay? 291, not 294. So 1 unit will be equal to 291 divided by 3, and you get 97. The total area will be 12 units. All these are 12 units. How do I know 12 units is here? RS is 12, MN is 12. So 12 units for each row times 3 rows, 36 units. So 36 multiplied by 97. That's the answer. 3492. 3492 square centimeter. Okay. Any question? Okay, next. The figure below is formed by 4 identical right angle isosceles triangle and a square in the center. Okay, if your paper is not clear, right? 2 meter is here. The 2 meter we are talking about is here. This is a 2 meter, okay? And the shaded area of the figure is 200 meter, a square meter. So we are talking about the 4 right angle isosceles triangle. These are the right angle isosceles triangle. 4 of them has a total area of 200 square meter. So one triangle will have an area of 200 divided by 4, 50. Okay. Because it is a right angle isosceles triangle, if I put 2 of them together, it is a square, right? So 50 times 2, you get a square. That will be the area of this square. Given area of square, you square root, you get a side. Meaning this will be 10, 10, and this whole thing is 10, right? And this whole thing is 10. Therefore, I can say that this must be 8. Okay, if this is 8, I can also say that this is 8. Let me see. This is 8. Why? Because let me use another pen. Because this is 10, right? And this is 2. So therefore, this has to be 8. Find the parameter of the square. So one side of the square is 8. There are 4 sides. So parameter of square is 32. So answer is 32 meter. Any question? Make sure this. Let's go on to question number 13. Okay, so pie chart is pretty simple. The pie chart shows the different flavors of ice cream that the primary 6 pupils had chosen. The number of pupils who have chosen each ice cream flavor is also represented by the bar graph below. The bar graphs for the number of pupils who chose chocolates and mints have not been drawn. So let's see, let's give the bar graph a value. So vanilla is obvious, 60. Strawberry is 60. Now where is lemon? So lemon is here. So there is 5 intervals. So each interval will be 2. So lemon will be 36. Okay, so let's put it down. This 36, vanilla is 60. No, sorry, lemon is 36. Lemon is 36. Strawberry is 60. Okay. So what's the question? How many primary 6 pupils are there? So they're asking total. Now we know that vanilla is 60, right? Strawberry 60. They are 90 degrees. There are 4 90 degrees in a circle. So with 90 degrees 60, the entire circle will be 60 times 4. 240. Okay, this is easy. Let's do the second part. So we know 60, 60, 36. Okay, we just remember this. I'm going to draw it in the next paper. Here. 60, 60, 36. Okay. Okay, this has been drawn for you. Okay, the number of people who chose chocolate ice cream is 6 times the number of people who chose mint ice cream. We know earlier that there are altogether 240. In part A, we know there are 240 people, right? So 240 people minus away 60 that chose vanilla, 60 that chose strawberries, and 36 that chose lemon. What is left is 84. And these are for chocolates and mint, 84, okay? For chocolate and mint. Now we know that the chocolate is 6 times of mint, meaning 6 unit chocolate plus 1 unit mint, 7 units. All these must be equal to 84, the total. So 1 unit is equal to 84 divided by 7. That's equal to 12. And that will be mint. 12. So this is 10. 10 is 12 is here. One line above 10. And then, okay, use your ruler to help you. Okay, okay, that will be mint. And chocolate is 6 times. So 12 times 6, that'll be chocolate 72. 72 is 72 over here. Let's draw one line over here. Use your ruler to help you. So this is chocolates. Done. Let's continue with question 14. I do find question 14 a bit difficult. That's why more than 50% of you got this wrong. Okay, so pay attention. Quite a lot of people got question 14 wrong. A rectangular tank was completely filled with water. Adam turned on tap D first. Water started flowing out from the tank through tap D. So this is a tank, and there's a tap D. Okay, completely filled. So this completely filled water. Okay. Water started flowing out from the tank to tap D. After 8 minutes, it turned on tap E, which adds water. So there must be a tap E that adds water. And both taps were turned off at the same time when the rectangular tank was empty. So this is the point where they turn off, okay? This is the point where tap E comes in, okay? This is the point where tap D only, all right? Tap E plus D, okay? Any question? You must understand what this question is talking about first. So the first 8 minutes, only tap D, all right? Let's read. After tap D was turned on for 8 minutes, what fraction of the tank was filled with water? So the tank was here, right? Then after 8 minutes, it become here. If you do check your markings carefully. This is 18. All right, don't see wrongly as 18. So at this point is 18. Okay, this is 58. Okay, this is 58. So at 8 minutes, at 8 minutes, after 8 minutes, the water level reached 18. And it was originally 58. Volume water 58. So what fraction of the tank was filled with water? So it's 18 divided by 58, 9/29. So that's the fraction. Okay. I'm going to use my right side to write, because okay, so right side I'm going to do here, okay? So in 1 minute, how many liters of water was added to tap E? So they are asking you what is the rate, which is liter per minute, okay? That is pouring out from tap E into the tank. So let's find out what's the rate of tap D. Let's find out what's the rate of tap D. Okay. Now we know that for 8 minutes, tap D volume water from the tap D drains out how much water? From 58 to 18. It drains out 40 liters of water. Okay. And in 1 minute, that will be the rate of tap D. It will drain out 40 divided by 8. It will drain out 5 liters per minute. So this is tap D's rate, 5 liters per minute. All right. Now, let's find out tap E's rate. We know that tap E only starts at 8 minutes, at the 8-minute point, right? And then stops at the 20 minutes. So in other words, tap E has been turned on for how long? 20 minus 8. Tap E has turned on for 12 minutes. Okay, during these 12 minutes, tap D, donkey is still turned on. Okay, so there are water flowing into the tank from E, and there's water draining out from the tank from D. For 12 minutes, the whole tank become empty. Okay, so how much water was drained out during that 12 minutes? During the 12 minutes, tap D and E drain out how much water? Drain out 20 minus 8, okay? Sorry, not 20 minus 8. 18 ml, drain out 18 ml. 20 minus 8 is the time. During that 12 minutes, 18 liters of water has been drained out. Okay? From here. 18 liters of water has been drained out. So in 12 minutes, 18 liters of water is drained out. So in 1 minute, how much water has been drained out? 18 divided by 12. 1.5 liters of water has been drained out. Okay. So how much water was pouring into the tank during that period? It will be 5 liters minus 1.5 liters per minute, and you get 3.5 liters per minute. I shouldn't use the word liter. I should just do this, okay? So if the net effect is 1.5 liters has been drained out, and you have 5 liters being drained out all the time during that 12 minutes by D, it will mean that 3.5 liters of water is being pouring every minute by E. So the answer is 1 minute, how many liters of water was added into tap E? 3.5, added by tap E, 3.5 liters. Or you don't write 3.5 liters per minute, just write 3.5 liters will do. Any question? Any question? Is there any area you want me to repeat? All good? Okay. Let's go on to the next question. In the figure below, PQST is a rhombus. Rhombus means they are the same. Okay, all these sides are the same. And in rhombus, this angle is also equal to this angle. Okay, these 4 angles are equal. This is equal to this. Okay, this is a rhombus. Now, and they say TSR is a straight line. TSR is a straight line, meaning why I tell you this is because if this is a straight line and this is a straight line, it will mean that there's a Z here, okay? Which means that this angle is 70. Which means that this is 35 because they are equal, right? And they also say TS equal to SR. If TS to SR, mean this is also equal. Okay. And suddenly this QSR become an isosceles triangle. Okay, we've got all the information. Let's do it now. Okay, angle QRS, which is this angle, okay, which is the bottom of an isosceles triangle. 180 minus 70, you get 110. Then 110 divided by 2, you get 55. So this 55. This will also be 55. Okay. Now, angle PTQ. PTQ. Okay, PTQ will be 35 degrees. We just calculated just now, but let's do the actual calculation. Yeah. So this is 70, right? 70 divided by 2, 35 degrees. That's good enough. Okay. Any question? We've now gone to question number 16. At a shop, pens were only sold in boxes. A box of 6 ballpoint pens costs 180. A box of 4 gel pens costs 640. So let me write one box of 6 ballpoint is 180. And then you have another box, 4 gel GP costs 640. Okay, the question is, John spent $10 and find the least total number of ballpoint pens and gel pens bought by Sam. So the least means if I want to buy the least pen, I must buy as many gel pens as possible, correct? Because gel pen is every box is 640. And then each box only got 4. Right? But I only got $10. There's no way I'm going to able to buy 2 boxes because 2 boxes is more than $10 because 1 box is 640. So I need to buy 1 box of gel pen. Okay, 1 box of ballpoint and 1 box of gel pen. That's see how much I will spend. If I buy 1 box of ballpoint and 1 box of gel pen, I would have spent 180 plus 640. So Sam will have spent 820. But Sam got $10 now. So still how much left? $10 minus 820. Sam still has 180 left. 180, 180 can buy 1 box of ballpoint pen. So can buy 1 more box of ballpoint pen, right? So altogether, he can buy 2 boxes of ballpoint pen. 1 box costs 6 ballpoint pen, second box, and 1 box of gel pen, 4. Altogether, the least number of pens bought by Sam will be 16. Okay. Now let's look at 16B. Tom bought 22 more gel pens than ballpoint pens. The total number of pens he bought was more than 40 but fewer than 60. How many pens did Tom buy altogether? So, okay, he buys some ballpoint pens and it comes in comes in 6, comes in 6. So, and then gel pens, you also buy gel pens and it comes in 4. But we know that there are 22 more gel pens than ballpoint pens. So if I were to buy there are 22 more gel pens than ballpoint pens. So if I buy 6 gel pens, 1 box, I have to buy how many ballpoint pens? 6 plus 22, 28. Correct. This is gel. This is your ballpoint. This is your gel pen. Any question? If I were to buy, if Tom were to buy 12, must buy in 6 ballpoint pen, then because Tom bought 22 for more gel pen, then the total gel pen will be 12 plus 22, 34. So next one is 18, 40, right? 24 plus another 22, you get 46. 30, you get 52. Okay, we stop here because we know that the total number of pens is more than 40 but fewer than 60. Let's not go further because when add up, it's surely more than 61. So let's add this up. Ballpoint is 6. Gel is 28. So altogether 34. Okay, cannot. It must be between 40 and 60. Let's try this one. 12 plus 34, 46. Possible. 46 is between 40 and 60. Let's do continue. 18 plus 40 is 58. Also possible. Then 24 plus 46 is 70. No. This one obviously cannot. 82 also cannot. So the question is, how many pens did Tom buy all together? Altogether, the total number of pens he bought was more than 40, but fewer than 60. How many pens did it could be 46 and could be 58? Eh? Check total more than 40, fewer than 60. Oh, so answer could be 2, 46 or 58. Let me see whether is there a catch here. Was more than 40, but fewer than 60. Oh, okay, okay. Another thing that we need to check is that the gel pens has to be multiple of 4. All right. So let's check this line. Let's check this line. This is gel pen. It has to be multiple of 4. So so we have these two choices, right? Is 46 a multiple of 4? We do a division. 46 divided by 46 is not a multiple of 4. Okay, so this cannot. 58. See, 58 can divide by 4. Sorry. I mean 40. 34. Not I'm checking on 34. Is it a multiple of 4? 34 divided by 4 is not. Then we check 40. 40 is a multiple of 4. So this is okay. So answer is 58. Any question? So this question 16B is not easy. There's several conditions that you have to test, right? The first condition is that your gel pen must be 22 more, which is very easy. You just add 22. The second condition is that the total number of pens must be between 40 and 60. And the third condition is the ballpoint pen must be multiple of 6, which is already multiple of 6. But the gel pens, you have to test that because the gel pen, this row, you derive it by adding 22. So not all will end up with a multiple of 4. So you test them. And the answer is 58. Any question? You know, let's continue with question. The last question. The last question. Yeah. 17. In January, a kindergarten was given a total sum of $2,400. It spent 80% of the sum of money on books and the rest on stationery. So 80% on books and the rest will be 20%. Okay. The rest means 20% on stationery. 100% minus 80%. So 20% is on stationery. How much did the kindergarten spend on stationery in January? So it says here that in January, he spent a total of 2,400, right? So 20% of 2,400 with 20 over 100 times 2,400, 480. So this is the amount spent on stationery in January. Part B. What was the percentage increase in the sum of money spent on stationery in February? Okay, so we already know the amount spent on stationery in January. The question in part B asks for the percentage increase in the sum of money spent on stationery. So it is the change over your January spending on stationery times 100%. So this is basically what you're trying to do, right? This you already got the answer. Now let's find out this. What's the change? To know the change, you need to know how much money was spent on stationery in February. Okay? So what did the question talk about the spending on February? In February, the sum given to the kindergarten was increased. It increased its spending on books by 240. It spent the remaining 20% of the sum given in February on stationery. Now, this is a very tricky statement. A lot of people fall into this. Remaining 20%. 20, let me write this. 20% of remaining is not the same as remaining 20%. You know what I'm talking about? 20% of the remaining, which is something you have been presented so often, right? So it is like you have this, right? And then you spend amount, this is the remaining, right? Then you cut out 20%. Right? Remaining 20% means this. This is the remaining. And it's 20%. Got it? Everybody understand the difference? Remaining 20% and 20% remaining. Okay, so this question means that the remaining is equal to 20%. Okay, now let's go back to the question. So let's see. It says that the remaining 20% on stationery means 80% has been spent on books. Okay, in February. Let's look at how much you spend on books in January. Okay, spending on books in January is the total amount minus this one, which is what is spent on stationery. So this is the amount in January that is spent on books in January. And it says that the amount spent on books in February is increased by 240. Okay, so it's 1920 plus 240. So the amount spent on books is 2160. This is books. And it's 80%. Hello, mute yourself. So 80% on books in February is equal to 2160. Hey, who's that? So 20% will be 2160 divided by 4. 540. Why I look for 20%? Because over here it says 20% of the remaining 20% is on stationery. So this is amount of stationery in February, right? So the increase, now we are looking back, we are looking into this again. So the change will be from 2480 to 540. So there's an increase of, from 480 to 540, there's an increase of 60. So percentage increase will be 60 over what it was before, which is 480, multiplied by 100%. And answer is 12.5%. All right. Any question? Any question? If not, that's it for today. I'll see you next week. I'll do the recording. If you all need it, you can get it from the admin, okay?